G'day YouTube, Warbles on a lot here. We're at the moment 2.5 kilometres from Glen, approaching from the north. The idea is I'm going to show you how much torque I've got now that I've got the solar panel on the roof. What I've got in the back here is 3/4 of a tonne of firewood. Okay? Clear behind. Ideally, I'm not going to run out of petrol on the way, but I may. Alright, third gear. Top gear. Driver's window going up. "100 kilometres an hour, coming to the top of a very gentle crest. "105k cruise. I'm backing off. 100 k's. Here's the braking limit. Pop the throttle. "200 metres past the 80k sign before I slowed down to the 80 kilometres an hour. Now we're coming up to the primary school. This hour of the day it's a 40 km/h speed zone. I propose to drive up that hill in top gear with 3/4 of a tonne of firewood on board. I think it's going to work because I've done it before. The only thing that's going to stuff it up is these cars in front of me. If one of them stops and props, I'll have to slow right down. Ah, thank you, Creator. Everything's clearing nicely. "50 k's. Push a bit of brake. 40 km/h. Fourth gear. 1100 RPM. 3/4 of a tonne of firewood on board. Now I didn't used to be able to do that with just me on board and no wood. Sorry dude, I'm going to bluff you out of the corner because I'm doing 40 k's going around a 90-degree corner. 1000 RPM. Let's see if we can go up the main street in top gear. "1000 RPM, 35 k's in a 40k zone, going up the hill. Thank you, Creator. See, what's the use of having a God theory if it doesn't work every day and in real time? 35 k's, 1000 RPM. Still got our 3/4 of a tonne of firewood. The regulator says the battery's full. Isn't it amazing what you can do at idle RPM? Yet another roundabout. Thank you again, Creator. 30 km/h. There we go, we saw third gear for the first time. .650 RPM. That's the first we've had of the engine feeling overloaded. Back up to 35 k's, still in 4th gear. Pretty good shit this having a solar panel on the car, isn't it? There's the police man and there's the police car. They call them the police because once upon a time William Peel petitioned the London Municipal Council for funds to organise a civilian militia to patrol the streets of London like a police patrol in a public house. A po is a ceramic pot you keep under your bed to shit in. When you run in a public house, you can't afford to have people catching lice off your shit pot. And therefore, there was a police patrol to empty the shit and boil the pots and thus disinfect them. Now we're coming up to the biggest hill on the western side of town. Indicating 50 k's, still got our firewood on. Let's see if we can go up this hill. 1,500 RPM, 50 k's. $80 per trailer, pickup only. I'm selling my firewood pretty cheap. There you go, I used 3rd gear to get around that corner. Ain't it a lovely quiet little town? I wonder if we'll catch the roundabout and be able to have a go at toddling up this next hill. $1,500, 50 clicks. Look at this peanut with his headlights on. 3-to-1 step-up ratio on his alternator, 2.5% efficient at making electricity out of his fuel, burning headlights in daylight because he doesn't think anybody can see him. Honestly, the shit that some people believe. Okay, and thank you, creator. $1,000 RPM. Putt, 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 putt. Come on, what are you doing, tool shop? Yep. We too will brake left. If I had half a brain, I would have pulled into that service station and filled up. 126 k's since I put 12 litres into it. But I've just about got time to do a little bit going up the steepest hill in town, so we'll see how we're going with that. See that? Bloke who drives that car is actually a nice bloke, despite the size of the bloody thing that he drives around town in. Okay, now this is the Guida Highway going east out of town. So somewhere up this hill I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out of memory storage on the camera and it's going to quit the tape. But anyway, being a good boy, 50 k's, right? Bugger me, we're accelerating going up the hill. Oh, I'm a naughty boy, but there's no police around, so we're going to keep going with it. Yep, regulator says battery is full. Accelerating up the steepest hill in town with 3/4 of a tonne of firewood on board. Okay, we're now starting to slow down again. .50 k's on spec. Let's